Alright guys, a bit of bad news. We've actually been told there at the checkpoint to turn around. Yes! You just don't know what you're going to get. When you're walking down the streets of Baghdad, you're getting... There's a policeman. Habibi, and welcome back. This morning we have made a quick stop at the ancient city of Dur-Kulagzu, which was founded by the Kassite king of Babylonia in around 1400 BC. That's almost 3,500 years ago. And we've scaled the steps of the local ziggurat, as you can probably see over my left shoulder, which these buildings and these ziggurats were dotted all over Iran and Iraq, used to worship the many gods and goddesses of that time. But as you can see from this one, you can actually see its construction from its oven-baked bricks built in stages of 6 or 7 bricks at a time. And I think this particular one has stood the time, 3,500 years. But today we leave the relative safety of Baghdad and we head west to a region that experienced the most resistance during the US invasion, and an area that became a breeding ground for international terrorism. It's going to be bumpy. So, come along as we explore the desolate and infamous region of Anbar. Let's check it out. Alright guys, we've just stopped at the side of the road here for a couple of minutes because we've just passed an infamous place called Abu Ghraib. A lot of you might remember the many stories and articles that were posted on the internet and obviously on newspapers. But yes, Abu Ghraib has a terrible history of torture and abuse ever since the good old days of Saddam. More recently by the Americans in 2003, who used it as a detention centre for torture and abuse of many of the inmates, 80% of which are said to have been normal people, just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Completely innocent. Many of you remember the images that were on many of the newspapers back in the UK and the US. There were many things that, many incidents that engulfed the US during the Iraqi war, but none more so than the terrible torture and abuse scandal of Abu Ghraib. It truly was horrific. Alright guys, we are currently at the first checkpoint on this place. This is the biggest checkpoint I've seen in my 10 days in Iraq so far. And this is to get into, I think it's the Al-Anbar region, so it's between Baghdad and Al-Anbar. There's 2 regions which are fairly important. One's known to be quite dangerous, and the other one, obviously being the city and being the capital of Iraq, has to be protected. So I've never seen so many cars, blast-proof walls, and just military personnel. Alright guys, a bit of bad news. We've actually been told there at the checkpoint to turn around. They were, quite apologetic, but there was absolutely no change in their minds. Obviously because of the situation, American troops have been targeted in that region. And as I said, Al-Anbar is, it's a bit of abandoned territory. So yeah, I'm going to have to head back to Baghdad and find something else to do to fill up our day. So yeah, Fallujah and Ramadi will have to wait for another time. So, to most people, the mosque just ahead of me, with its 8 minarets, large blue dome, and waterways that are mapped in the shape of today's Arab world, is just another mosque Saddam dedicated to himself. However, stored in a vault, in the basement of this mosque is yet another secret: the famous Blood Quran, a 605-page, 6,000 verse document written in 1997 from the blood of none other than, yes, you guessed it, the man himself, Saddam Hussein. What sort of narcissist do you need to be to do that? Unfortunately, we can't get in, and its only access is permitted to Muslims during Friday. And today's Thursday, and I'm not a Muslim. So yes, we're going to have to enjoy it from, I suppose, from the comfort of outside. But yes, welcome to Blood Quran Mosque. Fucking shut up. No. Now you're probably wondering why they don't just display it or why they don't destroy it. Since both of its creation and destruction are strictly forbidden in Islam, it poses the ultimate dilemma for Iraq and its people, thus creating the infamous Blood Quran dilemma. Say what you want about Saddam, but no matter where you go, there are reminders of this man absolutely everywhere. And I think that was the point. So we've come across an absolute first. Of all the countries I've been to, I've never seen a, what do you call this? Prisoner transportation?
Yeah, like on air.
With maybe 5 or 6 prisoners in the back of a pickup, not inside the car, but in the back. So how are they normally, or what other ways are they transported?
Yeah, like this most of the time. Sometimes like in a wrap their heads.
So they've got blind, yeah.
Like
handcuffs.
Handcuffs on the back. This is at least.
Oh, around the back. Yeah.
And they put them in like something like a minibus.
Yeah.
Closed, no air, and.
But this has to be low-level criminals, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably like maybe they're innocent, or they just like maybe they find them smoking marijuana or something. That happened to me, 2013. 4 days in prison because somebody had the same name as me.
4 days in prison you had? What was that like?
It wasn't good.
And was this the real prison, or was this the jail in a court?
Yeah, jail, and I have to go to court.
Sharing with how many people in the cell?
Like 18 to 22, something like that.
Oh, so that's quite a number then, about 20
yeah,
people
and
per cell.
the room was small.
Yeah.
And like I literally I had to put my nose in somebody's butt like to sleep.
Why did you have to do that to sleep?
I didn't have to do it, but like he was just like
Does
this.
that help you sleep? What's this to the right?
Ministry of Oil.
Oh, Ministry of Oil. Oh, right, there you go.
See the drop of oil.
Ah, yes, so it is. There's a big building. Yes, this is the infamous building that the Americans protected during their siege at the beginning of the war. Alright guys, welcome back to, as you can probably see, the Al-Shaheed Monument, aka the Martyrs Monument, here in Baghdad. Commissioned by good old Saddam Hussein to beautify Baghdad in the 80s and also to remember those who had fallen in the Iranian War. This is quite the project Saddam done, and we got disappointed yesterday we couldn't get access, but here we are. Welcome to the Al-Shaheed Monument, and you can see, like, I'm, as far as monuments, I've fucking sick to the teeth of monuments when I go to new countries, especially in the Middle East and Africa. This is pretty special, because look at this. Made up of tiles, various different shades of turquoise, greens and blues, and as you step back you really get it's just a really, really nice monument. It is great. And also here as well, there's a little flag in the middle. So the flag it's a solid flag, and it's draped around this column. And one time a year, for only a few seconds, in the shadow, creates the shape of the Iraq, or the country of Iraq. Quite impressive. Consider not only does this look pretty impressive, considering it was built, I think it was exactly 40 years ago. But also they have this, and not many people know about this, but if you're here at the right time, gonna have to be a bit of luck, then you'll want to check it out. But yes, welcome to the Al-Shaheed Monument. Guys, this is the fountain as well, which would normally be, well, if the place was open, it would normally be in full flow. And what they do, or what they would have done, I think during Saddam's time, they would have dyed the water red, and that would have represented the many martyrs, or the many soldiers and troops who had died during the Iranian War. But yes, what a place. This has to be, it's got to be one of the best, top 3 at least, monuments I've ever seen. That's it from the Al-Shaheed Monument, aka the Martyr Monument. And now we're going to head into the city of Baghdad, find something to eat, and hopefully we can keep this video alive. Alright guys, never thought I would say this, but welcome back to the relative safety of Baghdad. And when you're stuck for things to do in the Middle East, you eat. So let's go have another lunch in Baghdad. Guys, this is not our food. This is the food of the previous people that were sitting in this table. Have a look at the wastage of food in Iraq. Unbelievable.
It's not waste.
No, it's not. Right, Ahmed? What is it? What's this? What's this here? Is this bread? You don't know? Oh, sorry, I'm asking the wrong person. I should be asking Ali. What meat's this?
This is shawarma.
Oh, this is shawarma, obviously with a bit of salad, probably gherkin, probably a spicy gherkin soup.
It's not the main.
Yeah. Hi guys, this is just the appetizer, right? This is what it's like in Iraq. This, I'm guessing, like a mint, sort of like a mint yogurt. We have cauliflower, we have another salad, maybe lettuce, and some garnish. We have a spicy gherkin. Is it spicy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Spicy, it's like, tastes like mustard.
Like mustard, right, okay. So here we go. Starter. Starter. Oh my god. So yours is meatballs and fucking hell. And this
Lamb chop or rice.
oh, lamb chop and rice. And then this is just a selection of, I suppose, sides. And then this is shawarma.
Shawarma or rice.
So this is the traditional shawarma. And this here stuff looks, it looks very suspect. We all know what that looks like, right? Let's have some. Let's have some of this. There we go. So good, so good. Done.
Staring at us.
Huh?
They want us to try the shawarma.
Guys, not only do you get what you order, but they keep refilling the plates as you're eating them. So this was new. There's rice here new. This was new. And two of these, eh? Seriously, eating in Iraq is a different game. So having a long lunch here in Iraq, there's only one thing left to do. And that is, of course, Shisha. I don't know what to put in this thing, but this thing is giving me fucking hell. I'll tell you what, I did not know what they put in their shisha here in Iraq, but I am wiped out. Oh my god. Fucking hell. 2 dregs is enough. But look, and let me show you what the traffic is like in Baghdad. The worst traffic in all of the countries I've been to, the worst traffic I've ever seen. The worst traffic.
At least we're something, right?
Almost officially in the world, but out of 160 countries, the worst traffic. Oh god, I'm fucking stoned.
At least we're...
Never try and compete with an Iraqi when it comes to smoking shisha. Just take it easy. So, the story of 1001 Arabian Nights. You have King Shaheed, who was cheated on by his first wife, and after finding out, declares that all women are the same, and vowed to take a new woman every night and have her killed the following morning. When he met his next woman, Scheherazade, she requested to tell a story, but each night stopped the story at a very suspenseful moment, and told the king she would finish the story the following evening. And after 1001 nights, the king finally gave in and agreed to marry her, ending her bid to save her life. Moral of the story: women, do not shut up. Welcome to 1001 Arabian Nights. Alright guys, we're currently in Bangkok here. The time is
Yes, of course.
10 to...
I speak English.
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, hello my friend, how are you?
I am American.
You're American?
Yes.
Ah, whereabouts in America are you from?
I went in New York. I live in New York. So thank you.
Have you got...
I am very happy to meet you.
Thank you. Have you got any Irish relatives?
Yes. Yes,
Have you got Irish relatives?
Yes.
I'm from Ireland. What's your name? What's your name,
My
sir?
name is Karim.
Nice to meet you, Karim. I'm David.
David?
David,
Yes,
nice to meet you.
Welcome.
How long have you lived in Baghdad for?
Baghdad?
Yeah, how long? How many years?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes, I live in New York for 40 years.
40 years?
Yes,
40?
of course. Yes,
Okay.
I am gentleman. I am boxing man.
You're a boxing man? Oh, so you're careful.
Yes, boxing,
Careful.
Boxing.
Yes.
Man.
You're American, right?
Yes, I am boxing.
Alright guys, we are in the streets of Baghdad and we have come across apparently an old
America
American
is the king
boxer.
of the world.
The king of the world.
America is the king of the world. And Israel on my head.
Who?
On my head. Yahud, Israel on my head. I like Israel.
Oh yeah, no problem. So what do you do now? Do you work? What do you do?
I am civil engineer.
Civil engineer?
Yes.
Ah, okay, very good.
Building.
And you like Baghdad now? Baghdad's good?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay. And petrol from the north or the south.
Yep.
Iraq is very rich country.
Yes, Iraq is very rich, but I don't see it.
Yes, because they steal the money, give this money to Iran.
I'm not, guys. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Mr. Iraq.
So
I didn't say that.
the Iraqi man is very poor. Why?
Yes.
Because the government of Maliki steal the money, give the money to Iran. So
So when America came, they gave the money to Iraq and not for themselves, eh?
I wish America
Was here.
every time in Iraq.
Do you agree or disagree?
To defend defend from Iran.
Yeah.
Iran is a friend.
Nobody knows whether we should say the right thing or not. It's better if we...
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I make dinner for other?
No, it's okay. Thank you. Excuse me. You're very kind. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I can give dinner.
No, it's okay.
No,
You don't need to. You don't need to. Thank you very much.
Fish.
Shukran, Habibi.
Fish.
Yeah.
I wish I see you.
Yes, we will. Masalam, Habibi. Oh my word.
Yes, good.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Right, yes, thank you very sorry. Thank you very much.
to home?
Go to home.
Yours? How long is it? Your home?
Home?
Your home?
ضيافتنا يعني شلون اقول يعني
What do you mean?
وهذا food.
Oh, food?
Food.
I'll probably go to bed. How long to get to your home? How long?
Food Iraq.
Come home with yours.
Yes. How long does it take? How long?
How long?
To walk to your home?
2 hours. 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yes, 2 hours.
1 hour?
نوصل.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Send me a message and I'll get you back. Okay? Brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take care. Nice to meet you. That pretty much sums up. I don't know why I put my sunglasses on when it's pitch dark. That pretty much sums up Baghdad, what it's like. Absolute chaos. Everyone's so friendly, whether you're an old man drinking whiskey in a place you shouldn't be, supporting probably a country who shouldn't be either. That was quite risky. And yeah, what more can you say? So yes, anyway, let's dander back to the hotel. What a day in Baghdad. Of course it wasn't the day we expected. Obviously meant to be going to Ramadi and Fallujah. And yeah, it was a little bit of disappointment at the start, but it ended on a high. So I'm gonna go back to the hotel, chill out, do a bit of work, and maybe going to find a place that sells a few beers in Baghdad. So if it's somewhere decent, maybe expect a few clips after this.